Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to do another little video for you guys, a very quick one of why you shouldn't get into storage unit flipping. And again, if you guys haven't followed me, my name's Justin, my wife Ashley and I buy and flip storage units mostly up here in North Georgia, from really, the Atlanta metro all the way up to the northwest side is Georgia's where we buy units. We don't do it as a full-time job. There's other great people who produce lots of content, lots of units like Jeebus, treasure hunting with Jeebus, Locker Nuts, a lot of other great people. I know there's Atlanta Flippers too. They do a lot of stuff. Yeah, we may not post as many videos, but look, the thing is that this is a third moneymaker thing for me. I have our rage room up in Northwest Georgia. It's #1 really in the entire Southeast. Unlike our other competitor down in Atlanta, we don't use robot review companies. But anyways, our rage room's been doing really well, so that's where a majority of my time is focused on running. Then I own a marketing agency as well. And so I want you guys to understand that there are reasons why you don't want to get into storage unit flipping, or you shouldn't get into storage unit flipping. Okay, if you go through my channel, you'll see I do post a bunch of other educational content in regards to flipping that you guys could watch and learn, and just make sure you're getting the right information about. Again, most of you guys will not be doing this as a full-time business. So #1 is don't look at all the YouTube people as what you should be doing. Okay, again, I mentioned a lot of great flippers. That is their job, their business. The moneymaker for them is YouTube content and buying and flipping storage units and reselling the items. And again, that's not a knock. There's nothing wrong with it. It's phenomenal. I make YouTube videos mainly to help me with researching aspects, and I just post the videos. I have fun doing the video side, but this is not a full-time, I have to flip 10 units a week to live thing. My main businesses are the other two. So #1 is don't look at the other YouTube channels and be like, well damn, I see they're flipping 3 or 4 or 5 units a week, 10 units a week, whatever it is. I have to start doing that. If you're just starting off and you're kind of doing it as a side hobby, trying to get this fly that's been flying around. If you're trying to do it as a hobby just to kind of make some additional income, maybe just do it for fun, like, hey, yeah, if I make money, cool, but I want to do it also for fun, then by all means, get 1 or 2 units a month, right? Like, don't set your standard to what other full-time YouTubers and storage unit flippers are doing. Don't start off going for the ballpark, right? So that's my #1 reason of why not to do storage unit flipping. #2 is if you don't have good time management, then definitely don't get into storage unit flipping. And that's big because some units will end, let's say they end on a Tuesday at noon, right? You have 48 hours from when the time stops or from when the auction ends. Some places 72 hours usually, until you have to clear the units out. And so if you're working a full-time job Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, it ends at 12, you don't get off at 5, and let's say that the facility closes at 6, you've got less than an hour really when you get off to get in your vehicle, drive there, probably get some cash, pull it out, right? Let's say you don't make it in time. Then the next day, if it's not a close unit, you just don't have time to get the unit, get it paid, get access to the unit and the facility, and your 48 to 72 hours may end up so fast because you have to work. So the time management aspect is very important when you're looking at a unit. If you have flexibility on your time and you can, free up some time with your work schedule, or when you have flexibility, then sure, it makes sense. But be aware when units are ending, so that way you can ensure that you have the right time to get that unit cleaned out. There are facilities that are, they're easy to work with if you communicate with them, but others are very strict on their clean out time. And also another thing to be very aware of is whenever we're doing auctions, like you put in the thing 25-mile radius from a zip code or whatever, that doesn't mean it's a 25-mile drive usually. It's a 25-mile circle, and some of those drives, if I think 25 miles, I'm like, okay, that's pretty much from my house to my business, is about 20 miles, my rage room, and it takes me about 22 to 25 minutes on average to get there. And yeah, I'm very specific about my time because I'm very time focused, and So I know how long it takes usually to get there on the interstate as well as the back roads. But other things, when you go and pick up units that are 25 miles away, they can be 35 to 50 minutes depending on where they're at. If they're closer to Atlanta, it could take even longer because the traffic, there's so many things you have to take into consideration. Sometimes it's not just as easy as that. So again, if you don't have flexibility, be aware of how far it is, how long it'll take you to get there, the cleanup time, and if you don't have that ability to do it when it ends, then don't start it. Get a unit that ends like on a Friday, and if you have Saturday and Sunday off, that's when you can just bang the unit stuff out. Okay, so number 3, and the last thing for you guys, again, I'm going to try to keep these kind of short. The last reason for you to not get into storage unit flipping is that if you don't have the drive to sell, like if you don't have the drive in you, like to get rid of this stuff, you're just hoarding other people's stuff. And so you have to already put it in your mind and that the stuff that you get, you have to get rid of it within, really, I don't want my stuff around after a month. I don't care. Like if they're big, like furniture stuff, I got a coffee table and 2 end table. It's a 3-piece set that has been sitting in my garage from the last couple videos, sitting in my garage still, and I'm dumping it down $20 every week until this shit is gonna be donated, or I'll take it to the rage room and go break it. Have someone break it and pay me at the rage room to do it. So you have to understand that when you sell stuff on eBay, if you do stuff on Facebook Marketplace and you offer shipping, you have to have places to store it. You have to have tracking systems to know where your stuff is at. That's a big thing. Like if you just put stuff in boxes and put it in your shed, and then someone buys it, you're like, oh damn, where is it? Then you got to pull everything out. Like it's a whole thing, right? So make sure that you have ways to be organized, that you have to understand that you're going to have to learn how to list things on eBay, how to list things on Facebook Marketplace, how to box things up that sell, how to package them correctly, to get the labels on there, get it dropped. Like there's a whole other side that a lot of storage unit flipping businesses don't even talk about when it comes to flipping stuff. They don't talk about the stuff that the tons of storage units that they own that they store stuff in. For us, we have an additional shed out to the side yard for our bigger stuff, and then I have those 27-gallon bins that I have on a rack that I can keep stuff organized there as well. But then we have shipping supplies. You can get free shipping supplies or free boxes from the postal service. You can just order them online. They'll drop them off at your front door. For me, I have to pick them up whenever I order, because I order like thousands of them at once, and they're always like thinking I'm insane. But and then even boxes that are marked priority, guys, you could use those boxes. This is another educational thing. You use those boxes, if they fit perfectly, like the shoe boxes. There's actually USPS shoe boxes that they have that are perfect sizes for a pair of shoes that will go ground advantage most time, and you can't put a ground advantage label on a priority box. So what I do is just wrap it up in some brown paper, cover up the priority box, slap the ground advantage label on it, bam, it's good to go. So that's just some of the little things I think of. Like the back end stuff when it comes to buying and flipping storage units is a lot more than people will actually realize. So just understand that if you don't have organization or ways to get organized, if you don't have the time to box it up and ship things, and we had 2 days in a row, I think I shipped 35 or 40 items in 2 days, just with how much stuff that ended on auctions simultaneously. So those are just some things you guys really have to consider. And if you fall into that, well, I'm not gonna be able to do those things, then storage unit flipping is probably not gonna be for you. So anyways, guys, hopefully that helped. I'm coincidentally getting home right when this ends. It's almost like I timed my video perfectly. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Hopefully that helped, and I'll see you on the next one.